So I want to do a video about Akashic records within the twin flame journey and within past life regressions in order to do the healing work in order to go into union with your twin flame. So yeah, it's been something that I've been introduced to recently, and it has been really helpful actually, to be able to figure out how to do that and find sort of like the past lives that would have created trauma within yourself, and then that means that you are in a different state than you would be should that trauma not have happened, and then to do the healing work in order to move past that. And I think when you do this kind of work on yourself, you actually are you find it easier to recognize trauma within someone else as well. I think if you like can tell that someone else has got past life trauma, so I think this has happened to me actually, definitely. I'm sure actually when you get people that have come across me and notice that I've got past life trauma, I just feel like whether they want to put it in that bracket, whether they're consciously aware of it, I'm sure it's happened. And it's I love that's like the normalizing of this sort of thing as well, because you can feel like you're a bit of a nutcase on twin flame journey sometimes, and the YouTube channels that support it are so helpful actually. But also, you know, just to have an outlet to talk about it is also really helpful, because the twins I'm in union with don't want to talk to me about it. So I don't really. I've met quite a few of them, but it can be a bit of a headbutt, really. So especially people that don't understand it as well, and the adversity you'll face through that sort of thing as well is also a massive thing. But anyway, the Akashic records in particular, and it goes with past life regression as well, because what Akashic records are, I just saw 222, which means be happy where you are. So the thing about the Akashic records is under the idea that everyone has got past lives, and we've all lived the same past lives. So when it comes to actually dealing with other people, especially people that maybe facing some form of karma or whatever, not to say we didn't all originate from our own particular place within the universe, so we will naturally have different ways of going about life. That's one thing. But also, because some people are naturally, we work on different levels as well, so you've got to like expect that some people, I'm kind of tangenting straight away, but I do want to preface this because it is important. This idea of levels, like levels of consciousness, was something that came up for me a while ago, and I found it really, really helpful. And I've kind of moved away from that mindset recently, but it is like a really, 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 really helpful mindset actually to just bear in mind. I think when it comes to actually understanding people's level and their way that they operate, it can kind of be a bit annoying actually. It can be kind of frustrating when someone is working from one level and you're working from another level, but I do think it can be helpful for understanding. And I think depending on what place you've originated in the universe, be that all of the different places that star seeds and twin flames will first incarnate, and from their first incarnation they will have that sort of blueprint and that, what's the word, be of that origin. So you can be Lyran, or from Draconian, Reptilian, Orion, Pleiadian, Atlantean, Syrian, Andromedan, what's the other ones? Lemurian, Mercanton, or Actuarian, right? That's them all. I mean, there are more. Actually, you can get like angelic star seeds. I don't know if you can get angelic twin flames. I think you can actually. I think I've seen angelic twin flames, and I know for a fact that there are different. There are a few other ones actually. that are well known, you know, that will fall under this list. Yeah, it's like you'll have that sort of blueprint, but also based on those sort of origins, you'll also have a way of moving about the world, and work on that particular level. And I do believe it's not so much about kind of, it is, I mean, we're all mammals and we're all people, especially in human existence, that want to that need to be within our own power and move through the world with our own purpose and with our own priorities at the forefront. That's going to help us be functional and not to be battered down by the likes of other people. But as I say, in the terms of the twin flame journey, it really helps you find compassion with all that is, and you kind of build up that level of what's the word, tolerance towards, or acceptance, kind of ignorance, if you will, towards other people and their ways of being, especially if it can, you know, annoy you or whatever, or be not beneficial for you, to say the least. So yeah, the levels that people operate through this can be important to be in touch with, especially because if you're on a twin flame journey, because this will always relate back to twin flames at this point, because this is what my channel's about, but if you're what I've noticed about twin flames is that even though they're from the same, they usually originate together, but also they will embody different aspects of that origin. So it's important, I think, to be comfortable within that sort of blueprint within yourself as well, because they may embody parts of their blueprint which may slightly differ from yours, just because they're different they're different people, they're different incarnations, but equally, it's like you have to be comfortable with that sort of way of operating, and that's with yourself, with other people, and also to understand them, I think, can go along with this. So like, for example, people that are like Atlantean, and if you've originated as a starseed from, sorry, not Atlantean, what's it called? If you've originated as a starseed from different certain places, I don't really think it's necessary to go into the aspects of them all, because there's a lot of information on that on the internet, but what's the actual origin of this video? I actually can't remember, what was it? Brain fart.